Ariel's Bookshelf. I'm Ariel Roshy. And today I'm going to be reviewing Junie B. Jones Loves Handsome Warren. And so the basic summary of this book is when Junie B. Jones sees there's a new boy in kindergarten, and Junie B. Jones thinks he's the handsomest guy, that's not even a word, that she's ever seen. So then her, Grace, and Lucille all want him for a boyfriend. They're 4! That's the age of my tiny sister. She doesn't even have a best friend. These people are gold. Seriously, this girl, Junie B. Jones, is a wackadoo. The problem is that Warren thinks that she is a nutball, which I think she is too. She's a very big nutball. But then, so how is she gonna get that guy to love her? As for you to read and you to find out. And that's also very disgusting. And the funny thing in this book is how she takes a dog collar, because it has those spikes, and she puts it around her neck and says, "These are very beautiful gems." And I'm like, that's a dog collar. There's even a picture in it. See there? Check that out. She's actually wearing a dog collar. She's a nutball. And so the lesson that I learned in this book is that, well, sometimes when you fall in love with a boy, you make a new friend instead. And Junie B. Jones is not a crook. And so the basic summary of this book is when Junie B. Jones loses her fluffy black new mittens her grandpa bought. So then what happens is that her grandpa can't buy any more new ones because those were the last and most special ones at the store. So then she keeps on saying that someone stole them. And she even looked in the lost and found, but she still can't find them. So what's she supposed to do? Well, then she finds out that she's gonna look for the bad guy by looking for tattoos, because bad guys always have tattoos. That's not true. One time, someone stole a pink poppet from my bag, and it was a girl, and she did not have a tattoo. I swear she did not have a tattoo. And not even a kid tattoo that you can scratch off. Not even a kid tattoo. But anyway, so then Junie B. Jones then finds a pen that can write in 4 colors. So she decides to keep it. Because when she goes to Lost and Found to try and get her mittens back, to see if anyone put it there, then what happens is that she finds a teddy backpack, and she really wants to keep it. So she says the pen is what God gave her for payback, because someone took her mittens. She can't keep the teddy backpack, so now she got a wonderful new pen. In the end, will she give it back to the Lost? Will she put it into the Lost and Found? That's for you to read and you to find out. Also, in the end, does she find her mittens and get them back from whoever stole them? That's for you to read and you to find also. And also, is Junie B. Jones a crook? That's for you to read and you to find out. Well, the lesson that I learned in this book is that finders keeper, losers weepers is not the rule. The rule is that there was this poem in here. It says that if you find stuff, bring it in, and all day long you'll wear a grin. Well, that girl who took my pink poppet did not. When the teacher made her give it back, she did not wear a grin. In fact, she was frowny face the whole day. Junie B. Jones has a peep in her pocket. And so the basic summary of this book is, so then E-I-E-I-O, which is something that you're gonna have to read in this book. So it's almost the end of the school year, and Junie B. Jones, they're going on a field trip to the farm. So then the entire class is very, very excited, but then Junie B. Jones is not. Why? Because the farm has very, very scary ponies, and the chickens can peck your head into a nub. Useless information that she always learns for no reason. Polly Allen Puffer. That's way too long of a name. He has 3 first names. He's asking for trouble. Anyway, so then, will Junie B. Jones find anything good at this place? Will she steal one of the tiny chicks? I have suspicion about that. I have actually a small suspicion about that. Not that I actually remember it from reading the book, but I actually swear I have a strong suspicion about that. Because that's what peep in your pocket means. A chick goes beep, 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 beep. So then, will she find anything good at the farm? Or will it turn out to be the worstest trip ever? That's not even a word. Also, the funny thing that I learned is how she keeps on saying how chickens and roosters can peck your heads into nubs. And the reason that farmers wear hats is to cover their nub heads. That made me laugh so hard, I almost peed. The lesson that I learned in this book is that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, especially a bunch of books. As you see in this book, Junie B. Jones judges a lot of things by their covers, and that's not all true. She's going to be experiencing this, and let's see if chickens can peck your head into a nub. Junie B. Jones is a graduation girl, and so the basic summary of this book is so as you can see, Junie B. Jones is graduating, but when she drinks some juice with her white graduation gown, Mrs. clearly said, keep in the box until the graduation day. She decides to improvise, and when a stain drips, she takes a purple marker and draws purple spots all over it. What is the rest of the class supposed to think of that? Well, then what happens? Does she get laughed at? That's where you read and you find out. And also, in this book, it talks a lot about how she punishes her doll, Raggedy Ann, puts her under the bed, and says she did not come back out because she's the one who made her spill the juice because she was feeding juice to Raggedy Ann. And Philippi Jumbo Stuffed Elephant, or whatever his name is. It's way too long for me. So then it gets all over him. So now there's a purple elephant on the loose. Get away! The purple elephant! Well, she also has a purple graduation gown with one stain. She's graduating to first grade. My brother's not even in first grade, and she's still worse than him. And he's very annoying. Oh, trust me, he is annoying. So I just have to say that Junie B. Jones makes things come alive. Except for dolls. Those are always not alive. They're never alive. Well, I learned that sometimes if you improvise, then the whole world's going to improvise with you. And you can also change the whole entire world by taking one seed of an apple, go to a very cold place where it snows, and plant it. One day that apple tree is going to give some shade. You don't even know if it might prevent the end of the world. So just do it and you save the world. Junie B. Jones and the Boss of Lunch. The summary of this book is when Junie B. Jones, to her, something wonderful is happening. She gets to be a very professional lunch maker, aka rearranging the napkins, scrubbing the counter, the tiny spot with a sponge, the tiny type, and saying hi to all the kids. She thinks she's the whole boss of the operation. Well then, who knows? Will she wear an actual hairnet? That isn't very exciting though. At the end, what happens is that all the children are mad at her for ruining their lunch by telling them about the only thing for lunch, the tuna stinkle. I do not like tuna stinkle. It stinks. Otherwise, I would have eaten. You know what I need to do? You know, a clothespin? Stick it on my nose. Hey, how do you stop a dog from smelling? You put a clothespin on his nose. Instead of stopping making him actually smell, he stops smelling you. So then what happens is that Miss Goodsman brings sugar cookies for the whole class because Junie B. Jones requested them before in the book. But then, since the class doesn't matter, Miss Goodsman fixes it, and well, let's just say that Junie B. Jones decides to be the boss of cookies. And she already made up rule 1 in her notebook. The boss of cookie gets to have, she writes 3, crosses out 4, crosses it out 5 cookies all by herself. But P.S. do not eat it says 5 sugar cookies all to herself. P.S. only never eat them in front of children because that would be rude probably. P.S. again. Plus sometimes she can even eat 6. Ha! The end. I've got to say that I learned from this book that sometimes you cannot be the boss of a whole operation, but you got to be the boss of something. She's the boss of cookies. So, the cookies go to work apparently. They have a boss. I'm sort of gonna be, I don't know. I have an idea. The boss of, I don't know, sneeze. Maybe sneezing or something. Probably dust. And it's something really simple because I don't want to have a whole operation. Junie Jones, Shipwrecked. Well, you're probably thinking, why is she in a ship? She's in a ship. I want to bang my head against a tree or a table repeatedly, but she's in a ship. Sometimes kids just drive me crazy. And I know that I'm a kid too, but I mean like younger kids, like 0 months to 5 or 6. Yeah, 6, because my brother's 6. And it's very just annoying. And so the basic summary of this book is about how Room 1 is putting on a play, and so Junie Jones wants the star role. He wants to be the star. They're putting on a play about Columbus, Christopher Columbus. Unless she wants to be one of the stars in the night sky. I don't think she's getting it enough. So then what happens is that she decides that she wants to get the most facts to choose her role first. And what happens with her is that when she does that, the whole play starts with a goodish, okay start. In the middle, disasters. Plus all her classmates keep on catching the flu. But in the end, well, I don't know if they managed to pull that, but well, that's for you to read and you to find out. The lesson that I learned in this book is that it does not matter if you're the star or not. In fact, stars are boring. They just sit up in the night sky and you can wish on them, but none of the wishes you can actually believe that they come true. It is not true. So, anyway, well, with that, I'll say goodbye and see you later.